Anyways, man, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. We've been saving this one for a while, and it does not disappoint.
That's tasty.
This is the Aizu Musume Jumaishu.
Aizu Musume.
Yeah, Aizu Musume. From
what is Aizu?
Aizu is like a region in Tohoku.
Okay.
That's like the traditional name. You know how like
So daughter of Aizu?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, Nagano used to be known as Shinano.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like Shinano apples, are from Nagano. So yeah, this Aizu was that. And this is actually from Fukushima. So that's that area,
Nice.
It's good though. It's nice, sweet. Exactly what I expect.
This is really tasty while it's chilled.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I haven't had it while it's not chilled, but it's like that sweetness just kind of combos really well with the coldness.
And it's not too sweet. There's a little bit of a bite to it, but it's like the sweet and the bite kind of intersect perfectly. Yeah. This is really well balanced. So let me see who made this. Kabushiki Gaisha Takahashi Kosaku Shuzo. I don't know how to read this one, but anyways, you guys did great. I want more.
This is tasty.
It is good. But we're not here to talk about sake so much. We're here to talk about something that I discovered. Well, not discovered, but something that I was reminded of when I went back to the States.
Yeah, man, you just got back from the US.
I did, and it was good. We spent I went to by the way, man, I wish I could show pictures here. Now, I didn't prepare well, so we can't show screens. We can't show pictures on the screen today.
We're just getting back. It's the end of the year.
Yeah.
This is December right now.
Although I just looked at the release date. This is going to be released in February, the first week of February.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're filming this a little bit
ahead of time.
Well,
it's just because
happy Valentine's Day, everybody. This is definitely a February video.
Yeah, it's going to be happy Valentine's. We should have put hearts in the back. No, but so I spent about a month in the United States because my cousin, who lives in DC, had a wedding.
Okay.
And so we went there. She had the wedding in the Shenandoah Valley.
Ooh.
Like
Shenandoah River.
It's like, the country homes. I just got to say, I don't know why that song is so popular in Japan.
I think Japan loves nostalgia feelings.
Yeah. Okay.
And that song is like just literally nostalgia.
It is.
Right?
I mean, if you listen to Enka, a lot of it is nostalgia. Yeah.
Right. And so, it's I just think Japan just like immediately grasped to it because like, oh, that's just reminding me about my hometown.
Yeah.
I live in Tokyo now and my hometown had all these quaint little things.
Yeah.
Could
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. It's funny though how like some American songs get really big overseas. Like in Germany during Oktoberfest, people love playing Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline.
Really?
Da, da, da.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I like the song, but like
it's in the rotation. It's in the rotation. Yeah. You can ask my dad about that. Yeah. No, but so I was in the States. We went to the Shenandoah Valley, which is where the Blue Ridge Mountains are, And it was funny because I recommend everyone. I can't show pictures now, but you should look this up on Google. When I went there, it was early November.
Yeah.
And the trees were beautiful. It was all these deep golds, browns, reds. I was like, why are they called the Blue Ridge Mountains? I have no idea. And then when it got to be around dusk, I understood. Because when the sun starts to go down and it starts to cast a shadow, it puts a bluish tint to everything.
That's cool.
And it's like you see these purples and blues and stuff. And it was beautiful. But yeah, I was there for a month. And now I'm back. But when I was there, when I was in the States, I went to go buy some deodorant because can't really get good deodorant
Just
here.
Big stinky man. You need more deodorant.
Yeah. Got to stock up while I don't need it, And I bought 4 sticks of deodorant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I got these 2 deodorants. One was I went to the local CVS.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised at the marketing tactics that they have for the men's deodorant.
Man, I'm always reminded of like the Old Spice commercials.
Yeah.
Do you remember? It's like the Old Spice commercials would always be like, it was that one dude on a horse who was like shirtless and he was like, "This is the greatest thing ever. I'm riding a horse."
Yeah.
Like
he's like, I'm smell like the man your wife wishes you were, or something like that,
right?
Yeah. But I brought this with me because this really puts in his perspective. So this is Dr. Squatch men's deodorant. They also started out with soap.
Can I just say,
yeah,
like it might be hard for you guys to like see the little character on here.
Yeah.
This is the most like millennial character I've ever seen on a product.
I know. Dr. Squatch. It's the Sasquatch with a pipe.
This is 100% made from millennial men.
Yeah, me.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why it resonated with me and I bought it.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but the thing about this package though is that so it's a you can smell it. It smells good.
You know what that smells like? It smells like Irish Spring soap.
It could. Yeah, Irish Spring soap is really good. Yeah. So I feel like the guys who are not trying to prove anything, they get Irish Spring and Old Spice. But then the guys who have like an inferiority complex, they need to prove they're a man.
Yeah.
They get stuff like this. So let's just, for those who can't see it well, so this is a plastic package, but it has a wooden pattern on it, so it looks like it's made of wood.
It's even funny because like the top, the plastic has like wood grooves in it too.
Yeah, right. And it says men's natural. Yeah. And then what's funny though is it says made with arrowroot, charcoal, and postbiotics. Postbiotics is whatever, but the name of this though, is pine tar.
Yeah.
This is pine tar. And if you look at it, it's like, looks kind of gross. It's like dark,
Yeah.
But what is it? It smells like pine sap. It smells like a pine tree.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Why don't you just call it pine?
Because pine is too feminine sounding.
I know. And tar is like dark and viscous.
Tars is like dirty, right?
Yeah. So to be a man, you got to be dirty.
You're a dirty, rough, manly man.
And to kind of show another one that's kind of halfway in between, I got a Everyman Jack deodorant that also has like a wooden like label on it.
And I love it. It's like Jack too, because like Jack is like, lumberjack, right?
Exactly. Everyman
like,
Jack.
If your name is Jack, it's like you're associated with being like an outdoorsman, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But the funny thing about this one though is that they first have like a weird groove in here. Like, so if you guys can see, it's not like a straight thing. It's kind of grooved in. And on here, they have a big label that says less plastic. This uses less plastic. And here on the label, it also says less plastic, same value, same size. Yeah. Because they're trying to say, look, we're being more environmental. Let's use less plastic and let's tell everyone that we're using less plastic. And, for me, like looking at this is so performative, it almost makes me gag a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, I know I'm a man and I want to get smells that are associated with men, but why do you have to go this far in it?
It's a little funny.
Yeah.
Now that I haven't been exposed to this for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, like I went back to the US last year, but like I really didn't go anywhere. We just kind of stayed at homes the whole time, right?
When you're stuck, not when you're stuck, but when you get to stay in Chelsea's like ranch house palace, you don't want to go anywhere else, man.
It's pretty great. But even like when I was staying with my mom, like we pretty much just stayed home the whole time, right?
Yeah,
a big part of that was because it was Christmas, right? So it's like you got a lot of stuff going on at Christmas. There's not a lot of incentive to leave the house, so like I get it. Like if I had come in the summer, things probably would have been different. Like maybe we go out a little bit more. But man, it's like you bringing this back here, and it feels like I'll tell you how it feels like from an outsider's perspective now, because I feel like an outsider to American culture these days.
Yeah,
it feels like I'm watching like some kind of like futuristic comedy.
Yeah,
like one thing that I'll bring up is like the movie Fifth Element.
Okay,
right. And when you first start watching the movie, obviously it's got its story and everything, but like the first beginning of the movie is kind of introducing you to like the universe of the movie, right?
Yeah.
And they have all these like really wacky things, like futuristic things, and this feels like it's part of that.
Okay. Why?
You know what
why
I mean?
is that?
Because it's so over the top commercialized.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you've watched this far, you're going to love our Austin and Arthur friends.
In the Austin and Arthur friends, you're going to really improve your English listening, and I mean a lot.
As a friend of ours, you will get each episode ahead of time with no ads, so you can watch before anyone else. But not just that, you can ask us questions or leave comments, and we will make a special video each week answering questions and responding to comments. These videos will not be released publicly. They are for friends, members only. It's a great way for you to ask our opinions directly and for us to respond directly. You'll also get listening practice questions and answers that you can check. Answers are for friends, members only. Oh, and anaume mondai mo desu ne. So you can check your listening. But not just that, for each episode, you'll get a list of native phrases we said from the video, along with practice sentences and pronunciation practice to help your speaking as well.
You'll also get access to a members-only community where you can talk with us, the both of us. Mainly me, right?
No, definitely not.
This is a great way to support our show, but also get closer to us and improve your English as well. For more information, click on the link in the description box, the gayorang, or go to our website, austinandarthur.com.
That it doesn't feel like a real thing.
Well, first of all, this is not a real thing. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like, so like, we were talking about this over lunch, and you can explain how you feel like it's like in Japan, but in the States, I really see that there's like an identity crisis where people are trying to find who they are, what their identity is, and they're finding it through the things they buy. So whatever they buy has to scream some sort of value. Because it's funny, because it's not just the wood pattern that says, I'm a man. This is called Everyman Jack.
Yeah.
And this is, but it's also, oh, look, less plastic. I'm environmentally friendly and conscientious. Like, you never see that in Japan.
I think I'm gonna even go a little bit deeper into that.
Okay.
In that I think a big reason why men in America are having like these identity crises or crises is like, you think back in the olden times, like men had a lot more defining roles in society where it's like, I'm a man, so I am naturally in charge of the household. A lot more like jobs that men would do were outdoorsy and kind of like a little bit more physically strenuous. Whereas like nowadays, you still have guys who do that. You still have guys who are in charge of the household, who fill like kind of like a patriarchal role, who work outside in construction work or whatever. But like a lot of guys these days kind of have like a cushy office job. You know, maybe their wife makes more money than them, or like at least they have like a shared income, so responsibilities are split. So you see a lot of guys like really go the extra step to try and like appear manly. You know, that's like why like the beard and mustache thing is like such a big deal, right? And you have all these guys trying to do like artisanal stuff, like artisanal coffee and like that kind of thing.
Just a question about artisanal stuff. Did you ever watch that YouTube video of the artisanal firewood?
It rings a bell. Okay. I don't know if I have, but that sounds really familiar.
It's a parody, but for the first 5 minutes, I thought it was real. So I got to show that to you afterwards.
But it's like all these kind of things, and like, you know, people don't camp a lot these days. But you know what's really popular on YouTube is videos where guys will go out in the woods and just build a house.
Yeah.
Have you seen those kind of videos?
Yeah.
Those are super popular.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it kind of all harkens back to this, like, I can't really express my manliness, but I want people to think of me as a man, so I'm going to do this, right?
Yeah.
And going back to what you were saying, like, during our conversation at lunch, I actually think Japan does the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think, like, men represent themselves very, very differently here in Japan, but you still see it a lot here, and like, I'll just if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, let me just paint a scene for you. Okay. You have a commercial about a product for men, right? Here in Japan. I would say 10 out of 10 times, that product has a young, clean-shaven businessman.
And it's in a blue suit.
And yes.
Yes.
It's always in a blue suit. And so young, clean-shaven businessman in a blue suit in an office.
Yeah. Or going to an office.
And it's funny because if this was a commercial in America, he would be going to hit on a woman in the office.
Yeah.
But we're in Japan. So where is he going? His boss's room.
Yeah.
And he's going to go like impress his boss. And his boss is going to be like, oh, you did a good job. You know, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That is like how to attract men in Japan.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because we were talking about this and we've talked about this before on the channel about like the concept of manliness and stuff. And I remember, you know, because we basically talked about how in Japan, being a man is clean shaven, taking care of yourself business. But in the States, it's kind of being rough and strong, being able to take care of yourself when the world collapses.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing some comments saying like, man, the American way is really antiquated, you know? And it is until society falls apart.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean,
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is kind of antiquated.
Yeah. I mean, so, you know, before, also, you know, having kids really mellowed me out a lot. But when I
oh my God.
Yeah, you just had a second one. So. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's totally worth it. But but yeah, so like I remember when I graduated college and I was starting to do business on my own.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I am a man.
Yep.
I finished college. I'm taking care of myself now.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of things that happened with me. One was I didn't go to my graduation at UW. They mailed my diploma.
Was that by choice?
Yeah, because so what happened was I went to Japan for a year, and I had a double major in Japanese language and linguistics.
Okay.
And when I went to Japan, I had already maxed out my Japanese language credits. So none of the Japanese language credits came over. And so I went to my guidance counselor's office and they basically said, hey, you know, you can graduate now with just a linguistics degree, or you can spend another year at school and finish with a dual, what do you call it?
Double major.
Double major. Yeah. And I was like, F that. I don't want to spend more money. So I decided to do that. But I had come back in October and going to Seattle was the graduation happens in like June or May or whatever, you know?
So you got.
And I didn't want to stay in Seattle for a year, and I didn't want to fly out for
Makes
a year,
sense.
you know, with the whole family.
Yeah.
And I just wanted that chapter of my life to be done so that I started working. But so I didn't have that kind of rite of passage. And I was starting my business with like no customers. No one knew who I was. Just starting YouTube. And I had like a mental breakdown because I was like, who am I? I have no clue. I am like wandering around in the darkness. I'm living at home with my parents. I'm such a loser now. And so I really gravitated towards like that manly stuff. Like that's one of the reasons I started getting that safety razor, you know, where it has the blade on both sides, like the old fashioned one. I like it more now, personally. But I was like, I feel more like a man that way.
You got your little leather strap and you kind of like.
I didn't go down that far. I wasn't that hardcore.
I've always wanted one of those.
Yeah?
I've always wanted one.
I'm afraid I'd always like cut my jugular or something.
You know, I've worked enough with like razor blades that it's honestly pretty safe if you're doing this.
Yeah.
Just don't do this.
Like I don't want. Who knows? I might get shocked. Like my kids will talk, "Daddy, what?" And then I'm dead. I don't want to do that, man.
Yeah.
No. Well, there's a reason. I have regular razors at home, and I have my safety razors here because I don't want my kids. You know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I was really into that marketing. I feel like a lot of people in the States are like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely fall into it a lot. Like for me, it's like my big thing is like military nostalgia.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I've kind of slunk into that now.
Yeah.
So
it's like those were the golden days kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, if you really ask me about it, it's like I don't know. I didn't have a really great time when I was in the military, but now that it's been a while, it's like. Man, that was fun, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that. You know, when I was before I went to Japan and I was living on my own for the first time in my life,
Yeah.
I didn't have enough money for food. So I learned how to make pizza. And then I had my friends come over and we'd make pizza parties and they'd keep all the extra toppings. So I had my vegetables and my meat because I didn't have enough money to buy that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But even then and I was working 2 jobs, morning and whatever. And still, when I look back on those days, there are times when I'm like, yeah, that was awesome. No, not really. I was stressed about money all the time and
it sucked.
Yeah.
It definitely sucked. I was the same way. Dude, I sent my family. I made a video when I first moved over to Japan because I never cooked in my life.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I always had things like prepared for me, like either for my family or went out to a restaurant until I moved here.
Yeah.
And I remember this was like it was right after the first month that I got here in Japan. I got my electricity on because I lived here a while without electricity. I didn't know how to turn my electricity on.
It's confusing when you move
super
over
confusing, right? And
so
but this is super off topic from the video, but it's just funny. I made a video of like me making tacos.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, these tacos they taste kind of weird. And you know, in retrospect, I found out why, and that's because I bought cabbage instead of lettuce. When I was making the tacos.
Yeah.
I didn't know the difference between cabbage and lettuce.
Yeah.
Like, that's embarrassing.
It's okay. I'm not going to say anything about that.
But yeah, going back to the topic of like, you know, how things are just like really, really pushed towards men.
Yeah.
I think, again, going back to here in Japan, I think that a lot of stuff is really over accentuated. There you go. Thank you, English teacher. Everything is over. Whatever.
That word.
They're really heavily pushed towards women.
Yeah.
Here, like I would say women stuff advertised for women and being like really feminine here in Japan. I think is at the same level of like manly stuff is pushed in the U.S.
Oh, really?
What do you think?
Well, so I don't shop for women. So my wife shops for
but I mean, you go outside and you see stores and stuff.
Well, so the thing that really hit me the most when I came to Japan, and you still see it now, but to a lesser extent, is how like feminine and doll-like the clothes are with all the frills and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, you're trying to look like a doll.
You see that, and you know what I always see.
Yeah,
and even I would say even going into like the gender neutral advertising, it usually defaults to like a woman feeling really satisfied about something.
You know what I mean?
Like sitting down and just being like, like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like that just kind of seeps into a lot of stuff.
That is true.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, there's more of like a unisex kind of like fashion wave that's happening now.
Yeah.
But if I were to say it's unisex, but it does kind of push a little bit towards the feminine side.
It definitely seems that way.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, if I were a business, that would make a lot of sense because you know who spends more money than the other sex? Women spend a lot more money than men do if you look at graphs.
Yeah.
So if I were a business, I'd be advertising to women.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So you know, it's funny. This kind of reminds me talking about the marketing thing.
Yeah.
I remember reading about how Febreze is huge here, right? You know,
is it?
Febreze is huge here. At least on the train, I used to see advertisements for Febreze a lot. I think they have like homegrown brands that have kind of replaced it.
I think recently Febreze has kind of gone away a little bit. But I see what you mean.
Yeah, so some years ago, I remember seeing advertisements for Febreze on the train in Japan. And I remember reading a story in a marketing book about Febreze about how they couldn't really sell Febreze in America very well because buying Febreze, you had to admit to yourself and the person at the register that you smelled bad, you know? Whereas and so what they ended up doing is the way that they marketed it in America was, well, you know it's clean, now make it feel clean, make it smell clean, you know? Put on that last spray to give that satisfaction.
No, that's so true though.
Yeah.
That's so true.
And that's how people use it in America. But then when you looked in Japan, they're like, hey, do your armpits smell really bad? Do your suit smell really bad? Just spray it because you smell bad. And it was so direct. I was like, that would never fly in the States.
It's even more direct because it's like you see the commercials for a lot of the like Febreze or whatever kind of like deodorizer thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like every time it's a commercial of like some businessman getting into an elevator and everyone being like, oh God, this guy stinks.
Yeah. You know? Whereas like in America, the Febreze commercials were like, you put out the laundry, you put out your couch, and you just, it feels clean now, you know? So it's like, I wonder what it is about. I feel like even though in Japan you do have those kind of idealized versions that marketing points towards.
Yeah.
It's not as extreme as like Dr. Squatch, pine tar deodorant. So
yeah,
like why do you think it's like stronger in Japan, in the United States versus like Japan?
Because I think people have a greater need to have an identity in the US.
Yeah,
I think so. Like everyone has to have like their own little box.
Okay.
That like, this is what I am. I am a whatever labeled person.
Okay.
And that is a big deal in the US.
I mean, yeah, you see, okay. You definitely see that in the States. But why don't you? So, but you used to work at a girls' school. Now you work at a boys' school, right?
Well, it's co-ed.
Oh, it's co-ed now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like with the kids at your age, do you see that a lot?
So we have an international department in our school. So I get exposed to both Japanese kids and like a lot of like foreign kids.
Yeah.
Also, like either mixed race or just straight up kids from another country. And I think you still see the same kind of like tropes that have existed here. So like on the Japanese side, you have more conformity.
Okay.
And then on the international side, you see a lot of individualism, and that can be good or bad.
So like in Japan, you have like super conforming or super individual?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you still see that. And I mean, that's nothing new. It's existed for, as long as anybody's paid attention to it. So yeah, I don't think that's changing at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this was pretty good. One thing though, before we end, I do just got to show one other thing I got, and I got this because I wanted to talk about it on the channel. But I got some shaving soap for my straight razor. But look at the brand. Can you read the brand on here?
Henry Cavendish.
Henry Cavendish is the name of this, and it sounds like the name of a person, but I guarantee you, Henry Cavendish does not exist. They just made this name because it sounds like the man you want to be.
Let's come up with a strong manly name. Henry. Yeah. People like Henry Cavill right now. So Henry's good. All right.
Henry.
Well,
actually Henry Cavill and Henry Cavendish.
Yeah, right?
He's kind of like Henry Cavill.
Yeah. And okay, so we need a European sounding name because if we get American, it's too like lame and boring. Cavill. Henry Cavill. Okay, let's take that and let's turn it into something.
Yeah.
Cavendish.
And you know what's funny? They even have like a fake coat of arms on here. Like this comes from some like British family.
As if it's some old English like well-established like medieval lord family.
I know, seriously. Yeah. So I mean, I haven't seen products like this. If you guys have products like this in Japan, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to see this, but I just like laughing at this stuff now. Anyways, what are we talking about next time?
So next time, I've wanted to talk about this for a while, but there's like a, ever since Trump got elected, there's been like this big MAGA movement, like Make America Great Again, or it's been kind of a little bit rebranded as America First.
Yeah.
And recently in Japan, with what's her name?
Takaichi.
Yeah. So she's kind of like adopted this kind of like Japan first movement.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I think that would be an interesting thing to talk about because it's like really kind of shifted the cultural opinion here in Japan.
Yeah. So we're going to be filming it in December.
Yeah.
And we're going to release this first week of February. So
I hope she hasn't been fired by then. That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, well, we'll see if our predictions are true by the time we release that episode. All right, I'll see you next time.
All right, see ya.
Great.